people to join. I did say I'd be doing it about 11 o'clock, so I'm a little bit late, so there may be a couple of people that are late into this. Me being one of them, obviously. And there's more echo coming through, which I obviously don't want. I'll turn that off. What I'm going to do just a little bit about joining groups for the game if you're not in groups already. Just give you a little insight why you should be joining groups. Obviously for revenue and talking to other people that play the game same as you. Obviously you get a lot more friends on there. I played for about more than a year, I think, just to get to Standard Robots. Got a little bit fed up with it and uninstalled the game, and I got to about level around about 215, something like that. Got a bit bored with the game, quit the game. About a month later I started again from scratch. I didn't know you could you know, do things like cloud save. I didn't know you could save progress or anything like that, so I then discovered a couple of groups, joined them, and from that started racing obviously real people. And then each group that I did join, there were certain things about those groups I didn't like. It's probably going to be hard for anybody to do a group that, you know, pleases everyone, but I try to take the good parts of the groups I'd been in and took out what I personally didn't like of the groups and made my own, which is, and I started that in December, so it's been going about 9 months now, and we have got, there's always between about 250 and 300 members, depending on, obviously some people come and go in the game, they play it for a while and then you know, they may quit the game, or you know, their lives change and they don't play the game so much and all that sort of stuff. There's quite a lot of different reasons why people join these groups and then leave again. Some people, because this group I've got, you can see it on the screen here, it's called Real Racing Chat Lounge, and it's for people that are, you know, legitimately working their way through the game. So you're all really in the same boat, that you all share the same journey through the game, if you like, that, you know, you all struggle to get certain cars and then you all struggle for this, that and the other, and so you can share your experiences of, you know, rather than the people that just obviously go and hack it with a usual 2146 billion whatever it is of gold and racing dollars. They don't experience the journey of the game. They just click cars and, you know, just buy them and go and race and get bored and then probably give the game up as well. I think the ones that go for the game like I have, I think you get a lot more out of the game by doing that, because it does become a journey. You have to be strategic in which races you do to be able to afford the next car and the next one and the next one. And there's still, I think there's still about 6 cars I still haven't got as yet. I will obviously get them in the end, but to me it's been a journey getting them all, rather than just clicking it, racing, you know, fully upgrading it, racing it and then going on to the next car. It's you know, it doesn't give you anything to look forward to like it does when you have to go and earn them all. So this is just a little bit about, you know, so that's basically what this chat groups are about. My one's like that. There's another couple of ones like that as well, that don't like the big blatant cheats joining the game. you know, we are all different. If you are one in that wants this 2146 gold and racing dollars, you want to drive the fastest cars, then obviously the quickest way is to go and hack the game. Unfortunately, that does take away from the genuine players when you are competing against each other, because you know, you will always get resentment from the genuine players by doing that, because they're earning their way through, and you know, the other lot have just cheated it. And it does put the genuine player at a disadvantage because they haven't normally got the cars upgraded the same sort of standard, so there's a resentment there as well. And it's just one of them things, you know, we're earning our way and the others aren't, so that's basically what that's all about. Like I say, there are another couple of groups. It's not just restricted to my group at all. There's another couple that don't encourage cheating either. A bit like a friendly rivalry, I suppose. One of the groups is called All Stars, and another one is, there's a no cheating group anyway, but some of these no cheating groups, they claim to be no cheating groups, but they're pretty much flooded with cheats in them. So some are policed more than others, and it's quite a hard thing to come to, whether you police it too much and you then sort of take the fun of the game away a little bit. So trying to find an happy medium is quite difficult, really. And within our group anyway, we do lots of events, we call them, which are races. What's he doing? These pop-ups come up all the time. He's obviously in my group, and so we do events which are races for just the members of the group, and it's about, as I say, normally 250, 300 members, somewhere around now. And you'll find you'll only get a smallish percentage who actually want to go into that. So there'll be, you know, it depends on the event, it depends what other things are going on, but when the race teams are on, obviously everyone's so involved in the race teams that they don't tend to go into the group events as heavily as when there's no race team events on. So out of our group, there's probably about maybe 100 of us that go into the race teams, and into the normal racing events we do on a weekly basis. There's usually about 70 or 80 that go in that, but it does depend if there's any race teams on. Sometimes there might only be perhaps 50, but it's all, you know, it's all good for us. So people who want to play this game all the time, we try and cater for people that who either play, you know, some of the time or all of the time. Try and cater for everybody. On there also I've got the race team private group. That's a group within a group, if you like. That's just for my race teams, and there's 4 of us all to go, 3 teams, sorry now. We've got chat loungers, and we have got grumpy old men, and we've got guru team 3. So there's 3 teams. It's a bit of a battle really to see who gets in which team, which is good. It's a good group within a group, if you like. So on our events this week, if I just click events, it'll show us what we've got on. So on there we have got Series 8 qualifying, which is where you qualify for the events. There's a few things. Dave sets them up. We sort of all discuss it, the admins, what we're going to do, which event and stuff, and then Dave sets all these up. So we've got, so we're on Series 8 now, and there's 10 races in each one. So this week we've got Ilya, one of the members, has picked Monza as the event this week, and we have a fun race, which is, it's normally dress your cars up in a, you know, just a theme. So it might be a music theme, or could be anything really. And the other thing is, we've got a non-real racing game, so within the group as well, some people, they obviously want to talk about Formula One or Le Mans or NASCAR, just really nice cars I've seen in general in the street and stuff. But in the past, in other groups, I found that let me turn that off for a second. Yeah, in the groups I've been in past, there was some people used to post things like, seen this nice car today, it used to be a normal everyday car, and then everyone else guessed this car, guessed that car, and it ended up killing the group. So we decided that we would keep that separate, so the people who want to see that can see that in the non-real racing other stuff there. So it's still the group members only can view that, but it keeps it nice and separate. The other thing we got here is the map, which we've done recently. I'll just show you that. Now that is where our members of Chat Lounge, that's where we all live. So you can see there, it's a lot of people in Britain. There's people dotted about all over Europe. There's people, Australia, Philippines, Malaysia, everywhere really. There's one down in South Africa. There's people in South America, and obviously people a lot in the States as well. So that's good, and we only just started that the other day actually. It was only done recently, only about 3 days ago, but that's how many people have pinned where they are who are in our group. Now events wise, this one, well, that's Hogs of Hockenheim. Now this one was set up during the race team, so there's not many in that, so we're going to have a look. So this is the races. You've got to be in a police car, and it's Pro-Am Performance Rumble Hockenheim Grand Prix 19A. So it's just dress your car up as a police car, and then we're just go and take some pictures of your cars on there. There you can see some of the cars people have posted already. That's from Ollie. There's quite a few posts there. The other one, this one's a bit more of a serious one. This isn't a fun one. There's 51 going in that one. That's Expert Track Aces. So it's a Monza Junior course in the Aston Martin N430. So that's one of the ones we won. So that one, and then we post them in. I'm not going to open that, but we post those in Google Sheets. Everyone's got access to it, and you can see where you are on the leaderboard, and all the leaderboards get posted. Fabrice there, and Fabrice is here as well. Hello Fabrice. Fabrice's time, what's he done? 1:31, so he's just about a second behind me on that so far, but this is all early days anyway. We'll all get a lot quicker yet. So I'm going to first of all, but this is basically what Facebook groups are like for the game, or what our one is like anyway. And so I've taken some good things of other groups, what they do, and then hopefully improved on that, and taken away some of the stuff that I didn't think was actually any good. Question there about Real Racing 4, no idea to be honest. I would think it's got to happen at some point, because everyone's got so many racing dollars now who's played this game for a long time, and they can't do anything with it. So it might not be a bad thing that everyone had to start again, perhaps. And then with Real Racing 4, it's been out quite a long time now, so maybe that will obviously come out at some point. And I don't think it'd be a bad thing at all, to be honest, if they did do that. Well, it's this Hogs of Hockenheim. So you've got to have a police car in that. Well, no, I've got a police car. I've got police cars dotted about all over the place. Right, so the race is for Pro-Am Performance Rumble. You don't need to do set a decent time. I just normally take a couple of pictures of this. I don't worry about the time because it is a fun race. So we have a look on Real Racing 3. I say that the groups really are a great thing. If you do like this game, then you really need to be in a group. Don't have to be in my group. You could be in any group. There's some groups that it doesn't matter if you've hacked the game or not. You can go in those, and you will normally find that groups like my one only normally have. I mean, there are a couple of other ones. I know the All Stars one. I think they've got about 150 members or something, and then there's a couple of other smaller ones from that. But our one's 260, something like that. So I think we're probably the biggest no cheating one going. That is generally a no cheating one going. There are a couple of others that claim no cheating, but they cheat like there's no tomorrow. But the bigger ones, the ones that it doesn't matter if you are a hacker and stuff, then you might find there might be 4,000 members in there. So there's a lot of members in there, but they're just flooded with rubbish posts normally anyway. They were last time I was in them. They might change, but that's what they was like before. Right, so this Dodge was Pro-Am Performance Rumble. Now obviously that was 19. It's got to be a police car anyway, and it was this Hockenheim thing, wasn't it? Ken sitting there all chilled out, waiting at Hockenheim, waiting to kick ass, the boy. Yeah, I personally think these, I say if you are in the game and you are on that journey through the game, then you have got to join a group, as I say, because you get, you know, you'll have a couple of hundred people there that if you're struggling with something on the game, or, you know, you're not sure, if you open new series up and you don't know what car perhaps to buy of the 3 or 4, I mean ultimately you need all of them anyway, but if you want to try and progress through that series, then you might ask that question, you know, what is the best car of these 3 or 4, and there's always people there that will help you on that side of things. Right, so on the car obviously we've got that Challenger there, which is a bit of a ropey looking police car. Got a Nismo, Shelby and that other BMW thing, but as it's restricted to police car, and you've got the worst spec car. I think that's got police car around it, isn't it? Right, so that'll have to do. I only just chucked this together earlier on. I just spent 10 minutes just doing that as a police car earlier for this race. Playing the game, I don't know your name, Little Bro, whatever it is, I'm playing the game, that's how I got money. If you played it for quite a long time, you all get the same thing. You end up with far too much money than you can actually spend. So this one is 3 laps around here. I should really have turned the notifications off before I've done this, but not so. Look at the flames on that. That's got to be Dean Canicharo's car. Can't be anyone else's. So this one doesn't matter about winning, it's just a matter of having a drive around and see what other cars you can see. See if you can find any other police cars around here. Maybe pull a couple of them over. And I'm even going to go in chase, and that is certainly not recommended for me. What we got up here is a police car. So hopefully we'll see a few police cars. This is Ollie's one, who we saw the post a little while ago. You haven't got a police car, so you can have some of that, Sonny. Get your car dressed up, naughty boy. There's Dave. You know, he sets the, as I said a little while ago, Dave sets the events up. He spends an awful lot of time doing it as well. It won't stop me pushing him off the track, the boy. I actually still enjoy going in these really slow, skiddy, big boaty cars. Ah, the Hado, there you are. Where you been hiding? You meant to be in my team, and you've disappeared on me. And I sent you messages. No reply. Carry on with that attitude, you're going to get the sack. Well, Sheriff. Get out of the way, Sheriff, because you're going to get pitted. We've got a little while left. I'm going to do a couple of races. I'm going to go to the other. Obviously, if any of you want to ask anything, then fire away. Oh, look, my door's hanging off. Right, we've got another car here. Another police car here, isn't it? This is a team tag of. That must be Al's car, Albert's car. So this is obviously, it's a good thing with these groups and stuff, because you know when you are all in, you've got the same sort of cars and you have done them all up in police cars, and you sort of, you know, you have a chat with these people in the group and stuff. It is so much better than. It's so much better than just. Oh, accelerator's not working. Than just racing against the robots. You know, you've got a plain car, they've got a plain car. It's so much better when. You know, you have daft things like this. You've got police cars. You go around and crash a few of them off. It is far better than just playing a game against standard robots in a car that you've just clicked to buy. You know, you haven't earned it or anything. I mean, I like the fact that everything I've bought, I've earned it through racing and not through a click of a button. I don't want to keep going on about it, but I'm trying to get the people really that haven't been playing the game very long that it is a journey. And a good journey too it is. I've got no idea what this thing looks like inside. I haven't been in it for a while. So you haven't got to have the Agera R's and the Le Mans cars and all that sort of stuff. And this is, you know, this is just a fun event. It's just a matter of having a little drive around it and you're, you know, just looking out for other cars and stuff, really. So it should, the game shouldn't really be about, you know, you've got to win all the time and, you know, go out, have a mess about with some silly cars and crash people off and do a few donuts and all that. So at the end of the day, it is a game, and it's, you need to, you know, vary it a little bit between, you know, taking it all serious and trying to win and all that, and then just mess about with it. Right, so I don't seem to have caught many people really. The only trouble is coming sort of 16th, and I don't think there's that many more in the whole lot anyway. It means I haven't really got to see many cars. But what you'd normally do, I mean, where I'm recording this is doing it by video, but in the group, what you would normally do is go around here like I have, and then when you are beside other cars, take a few photos as you're going around and then post them in the group. On the serious events we've got, then you're meant to be posting your time at the end with the PR of the car and stuff, but for this, We don't need to. I'm going to retry that if I've got any service on it. I was going to try and get a little bit further up the leaderboard, see if I can see some of the other cars. I might not be able to get too far up because obviously the car I'm in is the least spec'd one of the choices that we have got. So I'm going to chop a few corners off and go and see if I can catch a few of the ones up the front of some of the other police cars just to have a look at them really. Well, there's definitely a couple of police cars up there. Get out of the way you, try and look at the others up the front. Sorry Joe. So these doing these cars, I only take 10 minutes to get, you know, just to dress them up with a bit of vinyls and stuff. Right, so what you normally do is go up there, maybe just pause it a sec and get your camera out and then, you know, just take a couple of pictures. I'm not going to, but it's Dean Chalk's car there, so he's obviously got the police car as well. He's got the, as you can see, he's got the chat. Something I haven't done in it, I haven't put the group logo on it. He's got the group logo on the roof, that he's got a crown with a circle underneath. And Dave's got his up there on the roof of that. You can't quite see it, but on the roof of the one in front, he's got the logo on the roof. Bad boy, no. My group and I haven't done the logo. I'll definitely get the sack. I sort of spent about 10 minutes doing the car as a police car earlier. I totally forgot about the group logo, which ain't good, is it? I'll try to go past him now. I didn't quite make it. Anyway, he's meant to be on holiday. I don't know why he's dressing his car up. He's not even meant to be here. So even people when they're on holiday, they still can't help but get involved in the game a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be able to manage to catch Dean somehow, because he was up the front. He had all them flames on the front. I want to have a look at that. Well, that weren't a police car. That hairpin there gets me virtually every time. I wasn't actually watching the screen. I was looking at the one of the chat boxes I've got open. It is nice to get in these big old buses because I mean, hurtling around in them LMPs all the time, doing 200 odd mile an hour, you know, pounding mile after mile after mile at Le Mans. It's it does become a bit tiresome, really. But you have got races like that throughout the whole of your journey through the game where you have to sort of do the same race over and over and over because it happens to be your best paying race. Mr. Smiley Face. Have a little look at his smiley face. He's happy, isn't he? And he's got his logo on the front as well. Good boy. So that's another thing about the groups. You can tell who's, you know, your group mates and friends and stuff. And you'll find that a few of the groups have got logos. Our one is the crown and the circle, so if you ever see any of them on the racetrack, then some people have said before, what is that logo? That just denotes that they are members of the chat lounge. Sort of something I didn't do to start with the logos. When I first made the group, it was probably a good few months before we decided to have a logo, but some people like using them, some people don't, but in general I'd say out of the group probably 80% maybe do put logos on. Evening, Francisco. Well, quite disappointing really. I never saw a couple of cars up the front, but we saw a few police cars, which is what it was all about anyway. If any of you have got any questions about, you know, the groups and stuff, then you can post them on here, because I do get to see them on the chat thing afterwards anyway, because these get recorded, these videos, these days. I hope the stream's alright, by the way. I've set this stream up probably about at least 100 different ways by now, and hopefully it's now, you know, it's now smooth enough and reasonable quality and stuff that it's watchable, because when I first started doing it, it wasn't watchable at all. My race team is full up now. It must have gone to midnight then. I'm not even sure really much on them things, what they do. Right, I've got a question here. Who's going to ask this one? Right, on my leaderboard, not leaderboard, on my main page here, let's have a little look at when that Lamborghini thing starts. That one's starting tomorrow. I don't go on this weekly challenge or whatever. Right, so there, the next one, the Lamborghini, starts in one day, that says. So that could be at any point, who knows. No idea when that starts. Time wise, where it says one day, if it's anything like the team things, one day means less than two, because on the team thing it has a countdown of 23 hours, 22 hours. They don't normally do that on these update things. They normally just chuck it straight out. It's a big panic thing. Yeah, them sponsors, when I first got the first one, what was it, on this thing here, I bought a few of them sponsors and I got right head over. I had whatever it was. I ended up buying a few of the gold things on it. I don't even know what it did at the end of it anyway. I must admit, everything about these NASCAR things, when they came out, I really struggled with them. I don't think I'm that particularly good on them now, but I did definitely struggle on them. Where's these sponsors? You meant to be able to change the logo and stuff, didn't you? Customise. Right, so you've got 6. Right, so this is what you paid the gold for, is it? No, you still got to pay 2 for that. What a rip-off. I thought that was all part of it. I know it's only 2 gold, but I don't like spending any gold. Right, so they just look like sort of versions of the main ones you buy, the ones that we won. I don't really understand NASCAR much. I'm not really that up on it. No, I don't think you need. No, you don't need 722 gold to do one car. That definitely ain't right. That wiki, remember, is only, it's normally just hackers who just hack everything and just write figures down. It's not set in stone, that wiki thing. They normally add to it as it goes along anyway, so as soon as the event opens they just go through it, fly through it, just hack everything and just write down how much it costs. Well, so say like this, oh, did I do Penske or do something else? I want to do Penske. I didn't do that, did I? Where's this Penske thing? Right, so on a customisation of this, I presume, no, see, that's not it either, is it? Right, you can choose either one of them you want, I understand that. I think that was the original one and I changed it to that one. But these vinyl jobs, I don't really know how it works, I must admit. All I noticed was, you win them, and then some of them it wanted gold for it, and as soon as I saw gold for it I thought, no thank you, I'm not spending it. But that's all we've got in there, so there's something wrong with these Champion Cup things, but in here, but as you go through you win them, and it's like the same as the gold, silver and bronze cup things. You get, you know, now and again when you win one, you get awarded a cup for it. What have we got here in third? Suzuka Ace. Now if you was to win that, it seems to be quite hit and miss which ones pay out and which ones don't. But I would have thought that you could have a variation of different liveries once you get all of them. It probably is the case anyway. These new ones give a bonus livery for a 722 gold car. I know the cars to buy, I think they're 750 gold to buy them, but the gold when you, I mean on these ones I haven't spent anything. Not spent anything, so it's 14, 1, 2, so 17 posted in, that is saying on the top there, in chat now, so 17 posts has been done recently, it's all obviously just all to do with the game. No, I'm not really sure. Right, what was that other event we had? We had another event. I'm going to have a look at the other event. I'm going to do that and then I'll probably do for a day. Right, so this one is, right, Track Aces, Aston Martin 1A. To the first bit, what was that, Expert? Oh, that was Track Aces. This thing here, this Marquis World Champion thing, I had to do that twice. Right, Track Aces. I've already completed this series. 1.8, right, this thing here, wasn't it? Right, so car. Oh yeah, I was mucking about with this, I haven't finished this yet. I was mucking about with this thing earlier on. I had got a Nissan in that Falcon thing. I just started doing that, it's nowhere near finished, but I just started doing that earlier. This one is my Black Falcon thingy with me group logo and whatever you want it. But for our event, hello Cameron, nice to see you here. This one I just done that in just basics, just because it's cheap. Obviously put the logo on the side on that one, because we give out a little bonus 10 points if you've got a group logo, so every time a car's involved in one of our races everyone chucks a logo on it for the, well not everyone, some people go, oh I'm not putting a logo, not doing it more. They just have a plain car and have flatly refused, but that's up to them. So we've got 2 laps. You have commented, haven't you? I thought you have commented. What are you talking about, Cameron? Yeah, I've seen you comment on videos before, sure I have. Right, 2 laps around here. Now I'm miles behind everybody else. So I'm going to have a couple of trips around here now. I don't know about next update, to be honest. I'm not sure even worried about anything else coming in. I'm going to go into... I'll tell you what, I'll have a little drive around first, just get used to the track and this silly chase view. This needs a few more upgrades on it, to be honest. Now, do you know, I'm quite happy driving around in this, just listening to the engine. He's got such a nice engine, I'm not bothered at all about anything apart from hearing it. Well, if it's broken in Twitch, at least you're on Yahoo. Not Yahoo. Google. Cool, I'll probably get sued for that. So this one here, no idea who that is. I can see he's in my team, beginning with an M. I don't know who it is because he's got no avatar. Probably Mark, I would think. That is such a nice noise, isn't it? If you've never used headphones on the game, give it a try. Put some headphones in, turn it up and drive an Aston, because you are really missing out if you haven't heard these before, because they all sound brilliant. Hey, I'm doing drafting, don't work, but I'm still trying it. And we're right behind Ilya, whose competition it is, so that's good. Cameron, I've said your name already, you missed it. American Muscle Hustle, have you raced me in that then? No, I'm not an hacker, I definitely ain't an hacker. What did I score there? What was my... 132, so I nearly caught Fabrice who did 131. Right, 132, I'll probably only get one more in that, I reckon. So I'm going to change to a different view, because 132, oh, I forgot to go. On that logo thing itself, it's really easy to do. But not all of them, but most people in my chat lounge group have the logos on their cars. Oh, you can see one here going next to me, just crashed me. He's in, that's my team, one of the group teams, sorry. Stop saying it's mine, it's not mine, it's the group's teams. Stephen Warnes, by the look at that car. It's got the logo. So the logos are used by chat lounge members and people who are in the race teams, one of the 3 race teams that we've got as well. Wow, I've never seen that before. Martin Moon in front here. He's got a logo on a car, I think. No, he doesn't normally do logos, so if he has got a logo, I'm very surprised. He has. Well done, Martin. First time I've seen that. 10 points coming his way. Well, no idea at the time. 136. That might even be slower. I wonder if I can do one where I'm actually going to try. Right, no yakking on this one. I'm going to try and do it in a bit more of a sensible time. See, it's so hard when people haven't got an avatar to actually know who they are, especially now that we've got the team names in front of your, obviously in front of your name. Obviously where we got that next to me here, who's going too fast for me to get past him. So like that one in front there, he's in my team, and that's Stuart. But I know it's Stuart more because I can see his avatar, and I'm used to seeing that avatar, and I obviously connect his avatar to him. Whereas other people, when they're just plain, it's you don't really connect them with anything else. Like Dave, if he didn't have that, his name was there. I mean, I could just turn the names off, but I know it's him by his avatar more than even the name. So all in all, I'm obviously not going to win any prizes for these slow races that I've been doing here. I could have just blocked him off, but I'm not going to worry. He's got an avatar as well, group logo as well. We don't restrict it to any particular colour or anything like some of them do. You know, you've got to have a red circle followed by a green circle inside that, then it must be a black one inside that. We don't do that sort of stuff. We like having a group logo, but you know, do the group logo so that it matches your colour scheme of the car you're using, so you can, you know, you're pretty open to whatever colour you want. Just match your cars. You don't want to be too restricted in, you know, that sort of things. There's a video on setting the avatar. Yeah, there is, on my YouTube channel, and also in the group. I can't remember if you're in the group. I don't think you are you? In the group, it's on the pin post. One of the things we have on the pin post is how to do the logo, but it is on my YouTube channel as well. I think it's just called how to do the group logo or something like that. So if you want to put the group logo search in, then you'll see that. So Jim J there beat me in a, so he's obviously going around this same thing at the same time as I'm doing it as well. So he's posting some brilliant times, no doubt. He's always fast. I don't know if any of you want to ask anything. I'm going to have a quick break for 5 minutes. I was going to quickly go and make a cup of tea. So if any of you want to ask anything, I'll come back and answer a couple of questions, and then do one more race maybe, and then I'll call it a night. But I was going to break just for 5 minutes because I am desperate for a cup of tea. Well, I don't know if that microphone's gone too loud or not, but it's gonna have to do. I turned it off, but favourite track is, what is my favourite track? I'd say mine would probably be Mount Panorama. That's the one I enjoy more than any other track. I do Le Mans because I have to do Le Mans, but for actually driving, the one I think to get the best lap times for me is, yeah, I'd say Mount Panorama, because it's, I like going through the S's and a dipper, and you know, once you start going up the mountain, if you like, that's what I like best. Spa I like as well. It's got some good corners, but Mount Panorama is my favourite. I think the difference for me is that when you do Spa, it feels like you're going downhill. Obviously in Mount Panorama you go uphill and then downhill, so it's a lot more elevation at Mount Panorama, but for me personally, it's definitely Mount Panorama. It's just got a great uphill section. Downhill's not so good, but getting up to the top of the hill at Skyline and that, and then, you know, over through the S's and that, I think, and to get through there really fast with just missing the walls, you know, when, you know, we all crash into the walls and stuff, but when you do a good one and you get through the walls without hitting them, that gives me the most satisfaction of driving, I think. I can hear my voice again. I've got that silly ID voice on now. Audi R, I don't actually like the Audi R18 much, to be honest. Yeah, the cutting bit, that is, I think the cutting is the start of if you're going to hit a really good top speed by the time you get to Skyline. If you don't get the cutting right, you can't build up the speed enough, so it's really important to get that cutting right, you know, accelerating round it and sort of rounding that off a little bit more, because it's quite a real sharp corner, isn't it? The next track guide I'm going to be doing is on Melbourne, funnily enough. That's the one I'm doing next, because it's not a real track, but it is interesting how it's done around the streets and stuff of the city. And there's a couple of things about Melbourne for a lot of people that they don't even realise. You know, obviously one is that it's not a real track, and two is the fact that you go over the river twice and stuff. I mean, I didn't even realise that, and I've been round it probably, whatever, thousands of times, and didn't even realise you went across the river. How if you knew you went across a river? Go on, be honest. Now the cutting is, what is it? So when you start, you got Hill Corner is the first one. Second corner is, oh, I can't remember the name of the blooming thing. My mind goes so blank all the time. The cutting is turn 3 definitely, because you turn right at wherever it is, I can't remember, just past the tractor, and then the cutting is the first one up as you got repark in it. Oh, I've got the usual. This does this sometimes, it's really annoying. It goes stuck and it stays stuck for 5 minutes. It's been behaving quite well lately, and then sometimes it just does this on me. This is really annoying when you get the race teams, and then that wasn't too bad that time, and then you want to change cars or change track or something, and it sticks for 10 minutes. Oh, saying that, it's now stuck on this bit. I just want to see if there's any of these LMPs. I was going to have a quick look so I can do one of them at Melbourne or somewhere. Some are a bit lively around there. I don't know if these even appear in Melbourne, I can't remember. It would probably be on one of the real early series, I would think. But the reason I like doing the track guides is Griffin's Bend, yeah, that's it. The reason I like doing the track guides is that if you've got some familiarity with a track, even a made up track like Melbourne, if you sort of get used to sort of, you know, you're now going across the river or going along here or going under the bridge or whatever you're doing, getting familiarity with it definitely makes you go a bit faster. Right, I've got Cup here at Melbourne. So I find that I'm going to have cockpit view. Actually, I'll do a couple of different views in here. What do you mean, who cares about that little Melbourne thing? Loads of people care about it. I care about it. So that's what I'm mentioning it for. You don't care about anything though. Yeah, Mr. Grumpy. That team I got, Grumpy Old Men, that will suit you. I think it's really good that, you know, you do find out certain things about track stuff, and getting that familiarity is really good when you get familiarity with it. It definitely makes you go faster. Never seen this before, boy. A bit of a crash at Melbourne. Like, I think Melbourne in particular, when you haven't raced this for a while, then you're normally pretty ropey at it because of the lines and braking points are really tricky on here. The problem I think with this is because it is so tight that you can't win a race unless you smash everybody out of the way, and you know that really isn't racing, is it? It's a shame they can't do this over, say, 50 laps, something like that. Let's get out of this stupid chase view. If you notice the robots, every update they do, the robots seem to get worse and worse and worse. Do say, I don't know, whatever, a couple of laps around here, maybe 2 races, then you get used to the braking points, depending on which car you're in. But it always takes a couple before me personally anyway do any good round here. Yeah, actually somebody asked earlier on, I think that was on Twitch, they asked what I would like to be brought into the game, updates and stuff, and that I would like V8 supercars, because out of all the series in the racing world, if you like, we've got most of the others, but I think that's the most exciting and I'd like to see some of the tracks and obviously some of the big Australian Holdens and stuff coming into the game for sure. That to me is the best racing series in the world, I think. In the world. Well, this is a pretty poor show, isn't it? You can't even get in the top 3 or whatever around here in the Audi against these robots. This is an interesting view with a cockpit version of it. This definitely takes a couple of races getting in the hang of this. Come on, get your crappy Porsche out of it. Yeah, I imagine the V8 supercars would be fantastic around here. It's such close, competitive racing. What's the one where they have the, yeah, I'm not sure. Utes don't appeal to me. There's a real big race in Mount Panorama every year. I think it was about probably 4 months ago when what won it? The Audi, was it? No, it's a Nissan GTR won it. Might be 24 hours of 10 hours or 12 hours of Bathurst or something they call it, don't they? That's pretty good. I want to go into, I don't really like to not win all the time. I like to. God, these robots are definitely getting worse. Right, big bottleneck round here, have we? So this to me really makes it really unrealistic round Melbourne. I much prefer doing a time trial round here to actually race in a cup like this, because as I say, it becomes too unrealistic. You can't win unless obviously one, you've got to drive well anyway, and then two, you've got to smash things up to get past them. And that to me is unrealistic, because it's not what I like. I like to be as realistic as it can be for a game, and I can't go either side here, can I? What other games do you mean? I've done a couple of videos of Gran Turismo 6. There's no, it's ridiculous, isn't it? There's no app games or like mobile games that really interest me. I've tried a few out. I've downloaded a few apps and they're all pretty rubbish. I mean, what I was thinking of doing was just doing maybe one a week and do like a little review of a racing car game that has, you know, some of the other ones that are out, but I know for a fact I'm not going to like any of them, so it's going to be a pretty bad review on every single game. That's the only trouble. I don't think this game's got any competition, to be honest. Them ones that are, there's a few of them about they're just drag racing, don't appeal to me in the slightest. I mean, the drag racing that we do on this game, it's like one of them things you have to do it to get through the series, but don't enjoy it in the slightest. There's GT, 3 Racing, I think it's called. That's a bit like this, I suppose, if that's what it is called, the one I'm thinking of, but it's nowhere near as good as this. There's a couple of Formula 1 games which are shockingly bad. Yeah, see now Forza, I haven't got Xbox, I've only got a PlayStation 3. But you could end up spending your whole time obviously playing the racing games, and some people do that as YouTubers. So like this sort of thing, although like, I will win, I should win, I might not yet, but it's not really realistic because you've got smashing and crashing everything out of the way, and it's just too much smashing and crashing, I think. Yeah, I might do a couple of reviews on some of the apps because I've got a few of them that I have done. But this Melbourne is one of them tracks that I think you sort of hate it for a while, then you like it. It's a bit of a Marmalade one, and not Marmalade, Marmite one. You sort of love it one minute, hate it the next, then love it and hate it, and it's probably, I think it's the most talked about track on the game, because if you did a survey or something, or you know, in a group, what's your favourite track, what's your least favourite track, Melbourne would feature on both ends of the scales, but I don't think anyone else, no other tracks would feature in their, you know, the top and the bottom like this one. Toka Race Driver, is that the one with the touring cars and all that in it? I think I did have that. I'm sure I did have that. So the thing is with this game, it's got so many different parts of it now, with like NASCAR as well. I mean, that NASCAR is really a game in itself. And I've played a couple of other NASCAR games before, and the way Real Racing 3's got it, I think it's the Real Racing 3 version of NASCAR is better than the other ones I've been, because again, it's that balance of, for me, realism and being a game, and it's quite difficult to get that, I think. Because the ones like the Asphalt series, I used to play Asphalt 7, and then this came out and I stopped playing it. And then Asphalt 8, I played that for, well, whatever, a couple of days, got fed up with it. It's just stupid. I'm pretty sure at the time when I played it there was no hood view or cockpit view that looked sort of something like a car. It's just that chase view, which I don't like. It's all things like you get a speed boost, you go from whatever 220 to something stupid like 400 mile an hour and rubbish. It's just too far fetched, and that's what puts me off it. You know, you get nitrous followed by other nitrous, and then rocket fuel, and all sorts of daft things. It becomes too unrealistic. But things like Gran Turismo 5 and 6 that I've got, that is good for realism, except for the tyre squealing that goes on for every single car on every track, even when you're not going that fast. It sort of bugs me, so it puts me off of playing it. But they've got some nice circuits on there, especially there's a couple of mountain ones that they've got, and it's got like fantastic graphic scenery and stuff. It's really clever how they do it, and you are in normal everyday cars was alike. I don't know. I mean, Forza, I've never played it, so whether that ever comes to mobile, obviously, yeah, I would play it. But would I like it more than Real Racing 3? I don't really know what. You know, apart from the gold being ridiculous money, and it's just far too dear, and it's, you know, racing dollars. Once you've played a while, as you can see by my racing dollars, for you that don't watch my channel normally, I'm not a hacker. I've earned everything I've got up there. But when I've going back probably for the first 6 months, if I looked at that figure, I'd think he's a cheat. He's just cheated it. But when you've been playing it as long as I have, you get to the stage that you can't spend it. It's the way they've geared the game up that racing dollars become totally and utterly unimportant. They're of no use to you whatsoever. I'll never ever be able to spend that unless they change it. Who knows? But they might do a racing dollar to gold, you know, swap out. Like 1,000,000 racing dollars will get you 10 gold or something. Now, as you're going through the game, that would seem ludicrous. But when you've been playing it as long as I have, and you know, there's a lot of people who've got a lot more money than I have, who've been doing it legitimately. And 1,000,000 racing dollars for 10 gold, would you spend it? Of course you would. You'd spend it all day, every day. If I could swap that 107 million for even, you know, 100 gold, I'd swap it, because them racing dollars are no good to me whatsoever. No good whatsoever. They'll just build and build and build and build, and I mean, I say, unless they change it. Who knows? They do things all the time. They might change it, but I don't know. I've never played Forza, so I can't answer that whether that's any good or not. I know it's got good reviews, but I've never played it. But I think Real Racing 3 at the moment is just the best game out there. What can I do to make it better? As I said before, apart from getting the gold to be some sort of sensible figure, but you know, we have to remember it is a business, and they're in the business that they hook us by playing the game, and we spend real money on gold. That's what they rely on to keep the game going, and there must be plenty of people who do that because the company is huge. I am looking at a Twitch chat also. I've got a few chats going. Twitch, what's the other one? YouTube, and there's another one here, I'm not sure what that one is. ISO or something, whatever that is. So it goes to a few things, but the game in general is, you know, it gives a lot of us a lot of pressure. Oh, and my tablet's dead. That's me yakking away as usual. So that is the end of that, I'm afraid. So I will have to catch you on another one. Thanks for being with me, and I'll do another one again soon. Cheers.